Hey guys, it's Kenna, and today I'm going to be sharing my 2018 TBR list. So as I was going through, a lot of the books that I wanted to read really bad this year are actually books that I've read before, and I just want to read again. So there's a couple of new ones mixed in, but I'm really excited to read these older books that I have read before and I get to re-experience them. A lot of them I have been forced to read for classes or something, so you just don't enjoy them as much as you would if they were your own choice. So the first one I have is The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane by Kate DiCamillo. This one I've read, I want to say in like 5th grade. That was the last time I read it. This copy has actually never been read. I bought it because I loved it so much, but I never read it again. But I really wanted to read it. It's about Edward Tulane, a China rabbit who travels the world, and it's his story, and it's really sweet and really sad and makes you cry, but I love it. So I'm really excited to read this one again. And the next one I'm going to be reading is one that I think I'm going to start the new year off with reading. I love it so much. It's a classic. I'm a literature major, so of course I love the classics, but it is F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby. I love everything about Gatsby. I do. It's based in the 20s, so parties and flappers and it's the lost generation. Nobody knows what really went on. So this kind of gives you a glimpse. I love F. Scott Fitzgerald too. His writing is magical. There's a lot of symbolism. Love it. If you don't know about it, Jay Gatsby is a mysterious man who no one knows anything about, but is in love with Daisy Buchanan. So I'm really excited to read that one. Like I said, probably going to start off the new year with that one. This next one is also Z, a novel of Zelda Fitzgerald by Teresa Ann Fowler. They made this into an Amazon Prime series, which I loved. I binged it. It only took me 5 hours. It was great. It's about Zelda Fitzgerald's life. She was Zelda Sayre before, and she married F. Scott Fitzgerald and ran away basically from her family, and it's the crazy life they live. She is crazy. They did lots of partying, and this is, the story of when he was writing his novels, which I think is really cool. So another one of, these are a lot of my favorites. This one is The Help by Catherine Stockett. This is based in 1962 in Jackson, Mississippi, and it's about a maid named Abilene and her friends who are African American women who are maids to these privileged white ladies, and one of the girls decides that she doesn't agree with it, and she decides to write a book about it called The Help. She's a journalist. Her name is Skeeter. I can't remember her real name, but anyways, the book is really good, and the movie is really good too. I really enjoyed the movie, so I'm excited to read it again. I haven't read it in a while. So the next one, again one of my favorites, is Water for Elephants by Sarah Groom. This one is based in, I believe, it's been a while since I've read it, 1936. It's about the traveling circus, and a man, I can't remember his name, like I said, it's been a while since I've read it, he joins the circus and he brings water for elephants, and he's a veterinarian, so he starts training these elephants, and he falls in love with the girl who works with the animals, and it's really sweet, really good. I love the movie. Robert Pattinson and Reese Witherspoon is in it. Really good movie. So now these are books that I haven't read that are on my top of my list this year. I'm really making an effort to kind of branch out, but also read a lot of old books that I never got around to reading because of like my age, because I'm kind of at that awkward age where a lot of the young adult books that came out when I was little are still really popular, but I was too young to read them when they came out. Anyways, so the next one is The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I love this movie. I think it's told in a story about, it's about high school students, so life is crazy and there's a lot of pressure, and the movie, like I said, I loved the movie. Logan Lerman is in it, and Emma Watson, and I think even Mae Whitman is in it. And I've watched the movie several times, and my uncle really likes this book. He said he read it in one sitting. He never does that, so I'm really excited to get to this one. I've been meaning to read it, and I just haven't. So the next one is, I'm going to finish the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. I read them when I was little. I read, I think, the first 3, and I gave them away, actually, because I had them on my shelf, just the first 3. My dad made a deal with me. I was probably 6 or 7. He made a deal with me that every time I finished a book, he'd buy me the next one. Well, I never made it through the 3rd one. And my little cousin, she's 9, decided she wanted it. And I was like, okay, yeah, you can have the first 3. I have the first 3. They're kind of torn and battered. And when I decide to read them, I'll read them. And I decided, like a week later, that I had to read them. So I bought the first one, and I've made the deal with myself. Every time you finish a book, you can buy the next one. So I'm halfway through the 4th one. Never read it all the way through, and I'm really excited. I really enjoy it a lot more than when I was little. They're really easy reads. Fly through them. And yeah, so I'm really excited to finish the Harry Potter series. I know people are gonna freak out when they found out I haven't read them all, but I'm working on it. The next one is one that I've tried reading so many times, and I cannot get through it. I can't. I don't know why, and it's so frustrating to me because I want to get through it and I can't. It is An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. I have tried possibly 3 or 4 times to read the actual book, and I've tried 3 times to get through the audiobook, and I cannot do it. I have no idea what it's about. I know it's about a boy who dates a lot of girls named Catherine. That's all I know. I honestly do not know what it's about. I feel like it's like a road trip. If I'm remembering right, there's a road trip, kind of like Paper Towns. I don't know why I can't get through it. It's really frustrating to me. I really want to get through it. That is my goal this year, is to get through An Abundance of Catherines. This one is going to be the hardest one, I think, for me. So the next one is also one I'm going to finish this year because I started it last year, and it's heavy. I'm going to finish reading Alexander Hamilton by Robert Chernow. Not Ron Chernow, my bad. Ron Chernow. This one is fascinating. I'm obsessed with Hamilton, like everyone else in the world, and so I went through this phase of like, I have to know everything about Hamilton, and I'm still in it. I still love it. So I went and bought this. It was really cheap when it was on sale when I bought it, and I started reading it, and it is so heavy. It's like 700 pages, but it is so heavy, and there's so much information on it. I'm only a quarter of the way through, I think. I tracked on my Goodreads. But you just learn so much that you can't just like speed read it. Like, I can get through books really fast. This one took me so long, and I actually took a trip to New York, and we were going to go to the Hamilton house, and I was like, oh, I'm going to finish it before New York, and I could not. It was very unrealistic. It was like 2 weeks before I left for New York, and very unrealistic because there's so much information on every single page. You have to really take it slow and like keep everything straight, but it is fascinating. I've learned some crazy things, so I want to finish this year because I need to know all of the facts, basically, is how I feel. Alright, and the next one is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I have heard amazing things about this book. I mean, I've heard that it's supposed to be, like, it's going to be a classic. That's what I've heard. I had an English teacher tell me that it's probably going to be on the AP English when you take in high school. It's going to be on the AP reading list and college reading list because of how good it is. I don't know. I know the girl's name is, I think it's Liesel, and I love that name. But that is all I know about it. I know nothing about it, but I'm really excited to read it. I'm hoping to get through it before the end of the year, actually. We have a week left in 2017. So this is on 2018, but I'm hoping to get it done before then. So if you guys want a review on this, I'm sure I'll have read it before. Let me know. And the very last book that is have to read in 2018 is It by Stephen King. I mean, look at the size of this book. It is so big. It's over, I think, 1,000 pages, but I love scary things. I do. But I once saw the movie. I didn't really have any, like, I didn't really care to read the book. Like, I didn't have any, what's the word? Like, desire to read the book. But I watched the old TV mini series or whatever it is, and I thought it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I thought it was so stupid. I just didn't think it was scary. I fell asleep during it. It was really long, so I was like, whatever. And then I saw an extended preview for the new one that came out. Finn Wolfhard is in it. Bill Skarsgård plays Pennywise, and it scared me so bad, like, freaked me out. But I was like, I have to see it. And then we went and saw it, and it is so good. It is scary, but it's really funny. These kids in it are hysterical, and I really enjoyed it. So then after I saw that, I was like, okay, I have to read the book now. I have to do it. And I was going to read it before Halloween. I just didn't get it ordered on Amazon on time. So now I get to read it in 2018, which I'm really excited about. But that is the end of the list that has to be read. I'm sure, I mean, things are going to be added and taken out, but these are pretty set in stone. I'm going to read them in 2018. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye!